I could have been a poet. I grew up in Sand Hills in Nebraska. And my dad passed away with leukemia. We had to move to town. My mother raised 6 kids. And sports was a way for me to be accepted. I competed in 4 sports in high school. My senior year, I was an all-state running back. The University of Nebraska, the great University of Nebraska, contacted me and said, we're very interested, you got a lot of talent, but you're only 16 years old, you only weigh 168 pounds, and what we want you to do is we want you to walk on, and we'll put you on a nutrition program and a strength program, and 2 years from now we'll give you a full 4-year ride. The only problem with walking on, you have to enroll in classes, and that costs money. And money wasn't, my mother raising 6 kids by herself, money wasn't scarce at our house, it was non-existent. So I was pretty depressed. My oldest brother, who'd been through World War II, said, Dean, you need to go in the military and you can get the GI Bill, and that'll pay your way. So 2 days after I graduated, I was in Omaha being inducted into the military, and then a long, slow ride to Fort McClellan, Alabama. Now, Fort McClellan was a beautiful old post, but during the war, they trained hundreds of thousands of people out in the training areas, so they were really in very, very poor condition. But and then I had a wonderful girlfriend in high school, and one day I called her and she was very excited. She said, I looked on the map and I could get a job in Dallas, Texas with American Airlines, and then I could, with part of that, I could get a flight, a round-trip flight. And so I could get the ticket and you could fly and see me once in a while. She said, it's not that far, it's just halfway across Texas and then Louisiana and then it's Alabama. But the problem is, in those days, a recruit made $56 a month. And I sent $30 home automatically to my mother, so I had $1 a day to live on. So a trip to Dallas, Texas was pretty tough. But I had a friend in my hut, and if those of you who've been in the military know on payday, a lot of gambling going on. So this guy always seemed to win. Now, later on he became a Catholic priest, so maybe it was divine intervention, I don't know. But he always seemed to win. I said, can you teach me how to do that? He said, yeah, Coach, it's pretty simple. Don't roll dice on a hard floor or a slick floor. Stretch your GI blanket as tight as you can get it, and then you don't roll the dice, you slide the dice, and be sure they don't hit the wall. So we practiced a little while, and payday came, and I got in the game, and wow, I was about $30 ahead. And then I heard a tapping. If someone boldly rapping, banging with a nightstick on the barracks door. Then an MP, big and bony, with his manner cold and stony, shouted out, this baloney, it must cease forevermore. Gone now is my trip to Dallas and my big old day with Alice. MP, with your heart so callous, blast your soul forevermore. Oh. Now I was really depressed, so I caught the old bus down to the main post, and they had an officers club and an NCO club, and then for the recruits they had a cantina. And as I walked in the door, they were announcing that there was going to be a contest, a poetry writing contest. And there's going to be a $50 war bond as first prize. Man, I couldn't get over there fast enough. And we had 30 minutes to write the poem, and pretty soon I heard Private Delbert Dean Miller. And I went over and they said, you just won. Wow, maybe I could sell that $50 bond for $20 or $30, I don't know. But what had happened is that when this MP broke this game up, he took our names and he said, I'm going to report you to the company commander, and I'm going to recommend that you do, the next month, you do KP every weekend. Man, another month I don't get to go to Dallas. But I was kind of heartbroken, but I wrote the poem. Once upon a midnight dreary, as I knelt there weak and weary, with my last and only dollar lying there upon the floor. Now I prayed to heaven that my eyes might see a 7 and my wrist might twist 11. Only that and nothing more. Filled with fearful comprehension and of thoughts I dare not mention, I beheld those ivories rolling boldly on the floor. I just couldn't keep from thinking, you'll be with me nevermore. I was thinking of my Alice and a weekend trip to Dallas. I could take her to the palace for a lousy 7, nothing more. Then I heard it happen, if someone boldly rapping, banging with the nightstick on the barracks door, and an MP big and pony shouted out this baloney, it must cease forevermore. Gone now is my trip to Dallas and my weekend date with Alice. MP, with your heart so callous, blast your soul forevermore. That weekend, they went back to the barracks and they blew the whistle and dropped everybody out. And here was the lieutenant and 3 sergeants from the 82nd Airborne. They had uniforms that fit, and they had shiny boots. Woo! But the big thing is you got $50 a month disastrous pay. And so I was first in line, and went through 6 weeks of physical hardening, and then went through jump school, stayed there for 3 years, jumped out of airplanes 57 times, and then I was discharged and came back. So now I enrolled at the great University of Nebraska. But my girlfriend, when she found out I was going to Fort Bragg, that was 700 miles further than that from Dallas. She told me where to go and how to get there. So now I'm back, enrolled at Nebraska, and I'm an education major, so I had to take a class called English Literature, and we had to write a poem. I said, wow! I already got a poem. But she made it clear that if we copied a poem, she would probably know and you'd get an F for the semester. So I'd write another poem. It went like this. The night was dark and dreary. A storm was drawing nigh. A vivid streets of lightning flashed to hoist that laden sky. And out behind the woods there prowled a very vengeful man. A blood-stained club was firmly grasped within his strong right hand. Like a specter from the unknown world, he glides upon the foe. With a murderous gleaming in his eye, he made ready for the blow. The club was raised, and then it fell with a sickening thud. And there upon the cold, damp ground lie murdered a potato bug. Now, the rest of my life, every time I got around family, I'd be Dad, Grandpa, Uncle Dean, whatever, and they'd tell us about the bug. So that was become a very important part of my life. And looking back now, you know, if I hadn't spent so much time training athletes to be Olympic gold medal winners and national champions, if I hadn't spent so much time here and there, you know what? I might have been a Shakespeare.